Good morning. Welcome to Haywire Homestead. I thought I'd just chat a little bit and give you guys some updates. I've been having trouble trying to find time to get some videos edited. I've got a few things out. We had a couple of frosts, so you'll see that on there, as well as the garden clean out when we're harvesting just what little bit was left in the garden that we needed to get out. In particular, the loofah gourds, the birdhouse gourds, a little bit of tomatoes, and the final amount of sweet potatoes. So we probably got over a bushel of sweet potatoes out of the garden, which is the biggest sweet potato crop that we've had so far. I was trying to get a video this morning and I was not having any luck with my my camera or my blender that I was going to show you guys my breakfast smoothie. So this is my breakfast smoothie, and it has almond milk, organic unsweetened almond milk in it, organic spinach, local organic blueberries and sour cherries, as well as a little bit of strawberries, and then some flaxseed, and a little bit of raw honey. So this is just a really simple smoothie that I make sometimes, and especially lately, I've just kind of been blah. I'm guessing it's just stress, stress after my surgery, you know, and not being able to do as much, and then getting frustrated because now, while I'm not as limited. I still struggle. They said my hands are going to be sore and I will not have the strength in my grip for a little bit. It's going to take some time. So it gets kind of frustrating. I mean, to even be able to open a jar, jar of pickles or something can sometimes be a bit of a struggle. So we've got that, and then I had a upper respiratory infection. So just trying to, to baby myself a little bit and get some more nutrition in. So I'm drinking my smoothies in the morning. Yummy. But it's raining this morning. It's really cold. I'm a little concerned about the fall garden. Not very much of it germinated. My cilantro germinated really well. My chives, I don't know why, but maybe I need to get some different seeds. The chives that I've attempted to grow the spring and fall have not germinated at all. So I'm not really sure what's going on with those. I did put some leeks in. The beets came up. The leeks came up a little bit. My bok choy, only a few of them germinated, and they're not really growing very tall. So they're all about like that. So I'm not really sure what we're going to get out of this, what little bit of fall garden we decided to plant, and I did get it in a bit late, so that might, have attributed to it. And then we actually, ironically, as much rain as we got in the spring, we're over, I think it was close to 10 inches above normal for the year. However, through September and October, we've actually been in a bit of a drought. Now, I know down south they're having a severe drought, but here they said we were in the beginning of a drought. But it's raining this morning, so that's a good thing. We need the rain. It's very chilly outside. I'm waiting for the sun to come up so I can go out and do the barn chores, take care of the animals. I'm finally able to do most of that myself. The only thing I can't do is heavy buckets of water or the chicken waters, so the kids go out and do those before they go to school. So that way I don't have to try to do them. But everything else I can do myself for the most part, as long as I'm careful, because sometimes the grip, I don't have it. I might drop something, or, it gets very painful. This hand is, for some reason, the right hand is more aggravated and bothersome than the other one. I'm not sure why, but which is kind of funny considering I'm left-handed. You'd think that my left one would get grumpier if I do too much than my right. Let's see what else. The fall garden. We don't know that we're going to get much out of that. I have got to get sweet potatoes canned and potatoes canned. So later this week, I'm going to be doing those because I have to work today. So I'm going to hopefully be able to get into the kitchen. I can show you guys sweet potatoes, doing those. And then, I'm not a big fan of the canned sweet potatoes, like what you buy from the store. And this is my first time trying to do the sweet potatoes at home. But I'm thinking that those will be really good for, just being able to be mashed, to make mashed potatoes, or doing I make a sweet potato taco, black bean taco. I've got that recipe. I got it from Doug and Stacy. There's also a sweet potato flatbread that I've been wanting to try, and that'll work really well. Also, it's from Doug and Stacy. And she does it with regular, I think it's a whole grain flour that she uses, but I can't do that because we're gluten-free. So I'm going to be testing it out and seeing how it works with gluten-free flour, and hopefully I'll get a video posted about that. Anna, our puppy, is doing really good. She got in trouble the other day because she tried to chase chickens. So life lessons she's got to learn. She's a puppy and things move like that. And ooh, looks like it's something fun to chase. So we were outside yesterday and some of the chickens were running around the yard and she just sat down and looked at them. So hopefully we're on the road to getting her with that. Potty training with her is going pretty well as long as everyone pays attention and she doesn't get too busy. She goes outside. She hasn't been really having accidents in the house. We really miss our old Allie girl that passed away. Our older dog, but I know she's in a better place and she's not suffering anymore. And that's just one of those hard things you have to deal with. All of the goats are doing awesome. We sold all of the ducks except for 2. Those 2 are going to be leaving this coming week. A friend of mine is buying those and picking them up. So there's 2 little hens left that we're taking care of until she comes to get them. So in preparation for winter, we so far have reduced our chicken flock. I'm down to 20 chickens. I don't think only one time have I ever been under 20 chickens, I think, and that was that first year that we had chickens. Normally we have way more than that. So we're down to 20 chickens. We're only going to be keeping those 20 for the winter. Just because we need eggs for us. I'm not worrying about selling eggs, and that cuts our feed bill immensely from the winter. We're not going to have the ducks anymore. We butchered the quail, so we're pretty much just going to have our chickens, the goats, and the horses. So definitely the feed bill should go down. Oh, and the dogs, of course, the outdoor dogs as well as the inside dogs, and the barn cats. But overall, we're going to have a lot less on our plate feed wise for the winter, and that's really important. You store everything and you have higher production when food's more plentiful in the winter or in the summer. I can give the chickens lots more garden scraps for them, which cuts my feed bill. They're able to forage more in the summer. So that also cuts my feed bill. But then in the winter, I've got to give them more feed to keep them warm. And then, and I just can't handle. Last year we had, I think 60 birds in the winter. And, of course, we were getting almost no eggs because in the wintertime they don't lay as much. But I was going through a lot of feed, so I didn't have the production to maintain that feed source. So that was just pulling out of our pocket. And unfortunately, that's something that you've got to realize and understand, that one of the best ways to cut cost and keep your homestead moving, financially anyway. And a lot of us, have limitations on finances when it comes, because homesteading can be, homestead is what we see as a healthier lifestyle. That's why most of us do it. However, it can also be expensive in regards to infrastructure and any feed that you have to purchase. If you're able to grow all of your food, including your animal feed, that's amazing. I think that's awesome. I would love to be able to do that, but unfortunately I can't. So in the winter, I've got to cut numbers so that way I don't have to have that big of a feed bill. And then we're looking into possibly running some chicken tractors like the Joel Salatin method for next year. Oh, and then butchering some chickens and using those in a rotational grazing plan that we're ready to implement. We have gotten a quote for gutters for the barns for the drainage. I'm calling contractors this week so that way I can get a couple contractors out to get some bids on the drainage projects that we got approved by the USDA. And then as soon as I get all of those things in place, then I'll be going out and visiting the company that does the high tunnels, and it's an Amish company. So they I guess what you do is you go and you look and you order the size of high tunnel that you want. You order the accessories that you want, whether it be shade cloths, the roll down or roll up sides, the extra supports for the roof. I believe they're for the high winds and hurricane brackets or something like that. So you've got those doors, fence, fans, any of the other stuff. There's, I guess, a lot of options that you can do. The more options, of course, the higher the price. So we're going to try to keep it as basic as possible. There's a few things that I know I definitely want to get. I'd want to get shade cloths. I think I want the roll up sides, not the roll down sides. And then one, oh my goodness, excuse me. I'm telling you, this respiratory thing is just hanging on. If anybody's got a good remedy, I mean, I've been doing raw honey. Oh, I forgot there's elderberries, dried elderberries in this too that I blended into it. So I've been doing my my honey garlic, peppermint tea, and I'm not a fan of peppermint. So I've done some peppermint tea. I'm taking lots of vitamin C. For this. But anyway, so I know there's some certain things that I definitely want to have in the high tunnel. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to take you guys and shoot some video while I'm there. But of course, if this is, an Amish company, I do need to be respectful of them. So we'll see what we can do for that. Oh my goodness, it's already been 10 minutes of me rambling. Okay, I hope I haven't bored anybody. I'm going to go ahead and go. The sun's getting lighter, so I need to get finish drinking my smoothie and then head on out, or the animal's going to be wondering where in the world my hiney is at, and they're wanting their breakfast. So, hope everyone has a wonderful and blessed day. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.